Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your hostess, femininity coach, and author of the Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So this is the professional type of crash out. And the reason why I want to focus on this, I told you guys there is a lot of different things to dissect out of this entire campaign run, the election results, how people are responding to those results and things of that nature. And one of the things, it's been mostly women crashing out, whether TikTok, whether they've been on The View, whether they've been on other news networks, things of that nature. A lot of females have been crashing all the way out and failing to understand. And the thing that I really want to point out is the delusion and the willful ignorance and the not listening. And I can't help but to draw parallels between how the Democratic Party as a whole operates with how modern women operate. And I don't know if anybody else can make that correlation, but this is why it's so striking to me, because the way in which the behavior that's being displayed, the messaging that the party itself has been perpetuating, how they've been perpetuating it, how they've been talking to people, how they have been trying to manipulate, and the whole thing has been a big representative of how the modern woman conduct herself. And I don't, like I said, I don't know if other people can see that or not. But to me, it's clear as day. It's clear as a bell, because it's astounding. But what I want to point out in this particular clip is this is The View that aired on November the 8th. So I want to say that was Friday. And this segment here, they've been crashing out since the whole since the election was completed. And the section here, I don't know all of these ladies. I know who Sunny is. I know who Joy is. I don't know who, I can't call this lady's name because I don't watch The View. But at the same time, I ran upon this clip of it, and I went to go find the actual episode that it was on. And she's talking primarily to Sunny. And I just want you guys to listen to the exchange. It's going to go on for, maybe a minute, maybe less. But I need you guys to listen to it. Here we go.
Inclusiveness?
No, the message of not being educated, being dumb, and what's wrong with America.
All I can deduce is that it's the messaging. It didn't get through to people. They're not paying attention. That's all.
Yeah,
because the Democrats have always been for the working people.
Exactly. And the Republicans
don't
I think
the
the message of the Democrats sounded elitist. You don't have value in the society.
They
if you don't
sounded
have a college
that way,
degree.
but when you look at the proof,
yeah,
but
Joy, it's condescending. It's condescending. There is a
condescending.
The way that the left speaks to its voters. It really is
a message of joy and inclusiveness.
No, the message of not being educated, being dumb, and what's wrong with America.
Who said that?
Sunny just did.
What is wrong with America?
My point here is that
that's not what Kamala Harris said.
No. But my point is, I don't blame Joe Biden. I don't blame Kamala Harris. Go back as far as you want. I blame a messaging within the Democratic Party.
You don't blame the Republican Party at all?
Since they just flashed her name up there, her name is Sarah, the lady that's speaking to Sunny, the lady that's doing the primary speaking right now. Her name is Sarah. But we'll continue. I just wanted to make that known.
My point, please. I obviously have a problem. Anyone has a problem with Donald Trump. The bigger question should be, Yes, Sonny, why did they vote for him?
Yes.
In
So
sweeping,
they need to be introspective.
No, we need to be introspective. If we voted for Kamala Harris, we need to say what didn't resonate with the voters. Do you know what didn't resonate with the voters? When they were saying we don't feel safe and the left focused on defund the police and bail reform.
Yeah.
When they said we're worrying about, can I just finish? Let me just finish real quickly. When they were focused on
It's only an hour show, ladies.
Joy, when they were focused on renaming schools, there were people saying, hey, students are destroying colleges. I paid for that. I sent them there. They can't learn. And everyone apologized for it and didn't want to attend to it. They also denied the border was a crisis and kept saying, no, it's fine. This is not a...
There was a border bill, though. There was a border bill.
Yes, but Joy, my point is they screamed and screamed and screamed. They didn't vote for him because he's a racist or a misogynist. They voted because they needed help in their everyday lives.
But Sarah,
the majority of this country, because there's every stat coming out on the people willing to self-reflect are showing these.
Oh, wait, they're going to say I'm a racist and a misogynist in the exit poll?
You really think 74 million people are racist?
Who's going to say that?
Every racist and misogynist voted for Donald Trump. Not everyone that voted for Donald Trump was a racist and misogynist.
I agree with that.
Everyone swept. They swept every category. And the reason they did is to say, hey, guys, no excuses this time.
Yeah. Look,
they lost everything.
There's still half
country
a
that
country
allows
that
its
doesn't agree with
environment to be
him.
ravaged, its children to be shot, its wealth to be hoarded, its worker to be exploited, its poor to starve, its cops to murder.
So you think America's the
country
problem?
in trouble?
It's
so
America's
so
the
we go
problem
and
and the
Trump is
voters
not
are
going to
the
make it
problem.
better.
Anna, hold it for the next segment, right? We'll be right back. Hold it. Yeah.
Now, I wanted you guys to hear that exchange between the lady in blue and Sunny. Sunny was the one that ended the segment. There's, her little rant. And this was the face on the thumbnail, the face on the picture that you see right now is the face she was making. I grabbed this still out of the video itself. This is the face she was making when that lady was talking. And it wasn't even a hard check. I'm not even going to say that Miss Sarah was making a hard check on Sunny, but she was saying something because she said, I voted for Kamala, right? But she's also saying, wait a minute, it didn't resonate. It's a reason why she lost. And to chalk it up to people just didn't want a woman, or people didn't want somebody that wasn't white, or people didn't, that's not good enough. That's not good enough to chalk it up like that. And the reason that it's not good enough to chalk it up like that is because it prevents introspection. And this is why I keep saying that I draw the parallel between how this is going and how modern women think. No accountability. Modern women today don't do introspection, and the reason that they don't do it is because they don't take responsibility and accountability for anything that they did wrong. So if something didn't happen the way they wanted it to, or they didn't have a good outcome, rarely do they ever say, you know what, I didn't have a good outcome because of me, because I made mistakes, because I said certain things, because I They never say that. It's always someone else's fault. It's always an external problem that occurred, or somebody else got a bad idea, or somebody else is thinking wrong, or somebody else don't got their head on straight. So that's why my results didn't turn out the way that they should have, and the way that they, and so it prevents, if you say I was never wrong, I never made a misstep, you're not going to change anything. You're not going to think about what you did wrong in order to change it. You just want other people to change it. You want other people to change what they're doing, because obviously you're right and they're wrong 100% of the time. And that's what's being said, because I have not to this day heard any real critique or constructive criticism, except for right now, for somebody who says that they voted Democrat in this election, to come back and say, yeah, it was some missteps. It was some things that didn't go right. And we have to examine why they didn't go right. And we can't just say everybody's a misogynist and da. Like, we have to look at why didn't it connect? What's not connecting? What is it that the people don't want anymore? There's something that they overwhelmingly said they spoke. So what did they say? And the refusal to listen to that, the refusal to even acknowledge it, really, to say, you know what, yeah, let's take a step back because something went wrong and I'm not willing to lay it 100% on everybody else. Something went wrong. Something is wrong with the way in which the Democratic Party has interfaced with everyone. And Miss Sarah actually said it. She said it's condescending. Nobody's connecting to it because of the way you're talking to people. Everybody's uneducated. Everybody's stupid. Everybody's a name. Everybody's racist. Everybody, like, you can't say that to people and think they're not supposed to feel a way that you said that to them, or that you said that about them, or that they couldn't have a different thought from you, because if they have a different thought from you, then obviously they're stupid because you're so smart. And you're obviously 100% correct. So therefore, anybody that has a dissenting view to you is this terrible person. And I've said this before, and they lost, and they're not going to understand why. They still don't know why. There still has not been a mass, like, and I'm talking about from the people standpoint, not even from the politician standpoint, but from the people standpoint, who have been lifelong Democrats, who have, drunk the Kool-Aid. I'm talking about from their point of view, they still have not shaken themselves out of it to say, wait a minute, because, we don't want to focus on, coochie rights. We don't want to focus on that no more. Other people, it's bigger fish to fry. It's bigger fish to fry. The party has been running on the victimization of everybody not having no rights and not being protected in their person. And that's not true. Nobody's running around stripping women of their rights. Nobody's running around stripping rainbow people of their rights. Because they like to say that, people in the alphabet community have high rates of self-deletion because people doing something to them. No, they're having high rates of self-deletion because of the turmoil that they going through inside of themselves. It has nothing to do with everybody else. Nothing to do with everybody else. That's them. They going through it. And I know a lot of people in the alphabet community not going through nothing. They going through these high gas prices, what they going through. These high groceries, what they going through. That's what they going through. The same stuff everybody else going through. So still haven't learned. I needed to point that out because when I saw it, it just resonated so much. You cannot have a different thought. And for them to even say, or for it to be implied that you can't have a different thought while at the same time talking about inclusion of different people, the way that that's a double speak, that's the taking away of freedom. That's the taking away of freedom. You take away, you cancel me if I don't think like you, if I don't talk like you, if I don't agree with you. That's taking away freedom. And I know I probably would be the last person to say sentences like this in this strain, talking about politics or even anything remotely related to it. But all that I can see is the deflection of, I'm gonna say you're doing this when really I'm doing it. It's the projection. That's another thing that's famous in the boneyard. Projection. I do all of this foolishness and then I say somebody else does it. Women do it all the time. Modern women do it all the time. The projection in the boneyard. Men are doing this, that, and the third when they do it. Men cheat so much, but they cheat. You see what I'm saying? Men cheat so much. Oh, all they do is cheat. All you do is cheat. The numbers came out. All you do is cheat. Right? It'd be the projection for me. Anyway, jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your host, it's the Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.